When you're at a party, you're talking to somebody and they're really uncomfortable and they don't really want to talk to you, but they're too uncomfortable to like leave the conversation. Is that not the face she's making? Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to take a look at a doll that I probably shouldn't have bought, but then I bought her anyway. And it is the 17-inch limited edition Tinkerbell doll. We're gonna talk about her. I am really on the fence about her. I was when they released the promo pictures, I was on the fence, and then eventually was like, well, I might as well buy her. And then because she's a Disney limited edition doll, they tend to kind of retain their value. So I was like, worst case scenario, I just won't unbox her and I'll sell her on eBay. I think today we're going to decide what we're going to do because I'm still looking at her. I'm like, I don't know what to do with this doll. If you're not familiar with Disney's 17-inch limited edition dolls, they are very large and very expensive. So this is a rainbow high doll. These are about, I think, like 10 to 12 inches. Like next to this doll, like she's like so much bigger. So just kind of to give a little bit of like scale, if you're not familiar with these, they are very cool. I have a few of the 17-inch Disney dolls. I don't buy every single one that they make because they are so expensive. This doll is $150. $150 for this doll. And I will say, I have paid that for one of these in the past. I did for the Snow White like wedding doll. I bought her for $150, but I thought that was like a special price because she was like a D23 reproduction. I thought that was just for those dolls because these used to be $130 if I'm not mistaken. That was the first time I paid that much for one of them. So I'm assuming now, because of her, we're just at $150. That's just what they cost now. So that's great. It's like the price of everything, especially with dolls, is going up so dramatically. We're now getting to the point where one of these dolls costs the same as like an Integrity Toys doll. And like, I don't know. I just don't know if they're on like the same level, personally. I mean, I don't know. Maybe when I take this cover off, she'll kind of prove me wrong. But let's take a look at her. First off, let's look at the box. So the box is interesting. It's kind of like a keyhole shape. A lot of people keep these in the box. I usually keep mine in the box. In fact, I don't think I've ever unboxed one of these now that I'm thinking about it, because I just like the boxes. Usually the boxes are a little bit more open in the past. There's not as much like cardboard usually on these corners. So typically I just kind of leave them in the box. They're nice little displays that like keep them from getting dusty. But yeah, so she's got this little keyhole cutout. The side of the box has another keyhole little cutout thing. The bottom of the box says Tinkerbell, limited edition. She's made an edition of 5500. I don't know how I feel about the color palette. This like lime green into this like pinky strawberry color. And then same with her dress. A lot of people have said her dress looks very like Christmassy, which I kind of feel that too, which is also weird because they just did the Christmas Tinkerbell doll, so why would they do like another like Christmassy kind of vibed thing? Maybe the designer didn't think about that connection, because I think the idea is that she's like wearing a flower. Like I think that's supposed to look like a flower that's upside down. It just looks weird being like red and green. I don't know. We'll take a look at her. So these dolls, they come with these big boxes. There's a handle on the top made of ribbons. It says Peter Pan on the top, and then on the back, it has like a little write-up thing about her. And then the ribbon that holds the box in. So one thing that's nice about these dolls, if you are an in-the-box collector, is you can actually very easily debox them and put them back in the box. So all you have to do is just untie the ribbon, and then they just kind of come right out, which is great. So you can just kind of easily take this off. You could actually even just display her like this if you don't like all of the cardboard stuff in front of her, which I actually kind of like this better personally. I might actually do that if I decide to keep her. And then this just slides right out too. I actually really like the 17-inch boxes. Like as somebody who does a lot of in-the-box collecting, I think they're quite nice. All right, so here she is without the cover on. And actually, you can even take it one step farther. This all comes out too. These boxes are really nice and sturdy. And then you have your situation here. And then my doll this is where they keep the certificate, by the way. I got number 1914 out of 5500. I'm not going to show the actual number because people will use those to like scam people on eBay. This collectible doll is sure to be a treasured keepsake for many years to come. Sure. Yeah, I guess. All right, let's put this all aside. This is as D-box as I'm gonna take her right now. So this is kind of as far as you can get down before you start actually taking out like the things. I'm really kind of trying to like feel her out. Like, do I like her? In the promo picture, she looked so shiny. I'm not getting as much shiny. The skirt is all kind of like fastened together in a weird way. All right, so here she is out of the box. There's her face. Okay, here's the thing. Her face. Is this not the face of somebody when like, you know when you're at a party and like you're talking to somebody and they're really uncomfortable and they don't really want to talk to you, but they're too uncomfortable to like leave the conversation? Is that not the face she's making? Like, it's almost like, I wish they would have all just gone like full face, like full like Tinkerbell is like kind of an asshole kind of face, or just like made her smile. Like, I don't know why they did this like weird in-between thing. It's just so strange. She's very shiny. It's very shiny. Her makeup's very simple. There's not really anything crazy with her makeup. They do have rooted lashes. That's nice. The hair is like a solid rock. Like, it's like a rock. It's like it's just gelled in that position. I think it would take a lot to kind of get that hair out of that hairstyle if you so chose to do that. Like, even like the part that's pulled into a bun, like on the sides of her head, is just like solid. Okay, I just want to say this as well. I'm not really like a Tinkerbell person. Like, I know Tinkerbell has like a huge fan base of people who are like obsessed with her. I've never really been obsessed with her. I've never really cared that much about her. I didn't really like Peter Pan that much. And I don't think I ever saw any of the like Tinkerbell movies. Maybe I did and I just don't remember them. But I know that's part of why she was so successful, because there was like Tinkerbell movies. I've never seen them, I don't think. So maybe that's why I just don't care that much about her. Maybe I just don't know the character well enough. She does have big plastic fairy wings. These are like solid plastic, like solid molded plastic. That's really nice, I think. A lot of times fairy wings on dolls can be kind of flimsy and cheap. So I appreciate that they kind of went the extra step and made sure that they were good quality. The dress is covered in embroidery. Just like riddled with embroidery, which I like that personally. I'm a big fan of embroidery. I will say I much prefer if a doll is better designed with less embroidery than like a simple design with a ton of embroidery. I think this is really simple. I think that's my biggest pet peeve, is that it's like, this is such a simple doll for $150. Like, she's big, it's a large doll, so I guess there's like that benefit, but like the outfit is so simple. It's a simple little like petally looking skirt. It's got this like petticoat. The petticoat's nice. It's sort of like a red, and then there's like a white crinoline under it. It's fine. It's not bad. There's nothing wrong with it. Like, I guess that's where I'm kind of like, there's really nothing wrong with this doll. It's just like, but what's so special about her to make her $150? Is it just because it's Tinkerbell? Like, I guess I just don't care about Tinkerbell. I just think she's pretty. Her shoes are cute. I like her shoes a lot, actually. They're kind of like made out of leaves with like little flowers on top. I actually don't mind them. Her whole body is so shiny. I had her in my cart and I looked at the photo and I was like, her face is so shiny. I just can't condone that behavior. And then somebody on Instagram was like, she doesn't look that shiny in person. She does. She does. I think she looks just as shiny, especially in the face. Her body isn't quite as shiny as it looked in the photos, but it's still shiny. I mean, you can see the lights reflecting off of it. And like, sure, I have like extra light, more light than you probably would normally have shining on her, but still, it's like, it's quite a bit. She does have little bracelets. Those are cute. And she has this little like chain dangly bits. Everything's kind of like tacked together. So unless I really want to unbox her and kind of take everything out, I can't really like show like all the layers. Everything's like stuck together. These dolls do come with a doll stand. They actually come on the doll stand. So hers is a saddle stand, if you were wondering. I don't know how well these work because I've never actually unboxed one of these. And I thought today maybe she'll be the first one I unbox. And honestly, the more I look at her, the more I'm like, I'm kind of an in-the-box, out-of-the-box collector. But if I buy a really expensive doll and I'm unsure of whether or not I like the doll, I will leave them in box for that specific reason. Because if I'm this close to the doll, right? Like, she's so close to being unboxed and I'm not like obsessed with her and she was $150, like, I don't know. Also, the Disney dolls, I feel like they do a good job of displaying them in the box, so you don't really need to unbox them to like really appreciate them, at least in my opinion, because she's kind of like in a pose, she's kind of displayed, she has space to kind of like be a doll on her own. The problem with these boxes though is they take up an enormous amount of space. These are so large, and like I don't have the space for them. Which is why another reason I was apprehensive to buy her. Expensive, takes up a lot of space, not really a character I care about. Why did I buy her? the more I'm thinking about it, I'm just like, why did I buy this doll? I do like her. Like, it's like, I hate to be so negative about it because I do like her, but there's so many downsides to this doll that I'm just like, is she worth the space commitment, the money commitment? Also, her hair is like a little shaggy. It's hard to see, but like her bangs are cut like questionably. There's a lot of like little stray hairs sticking out despite the fact that it's like hard and gelled. I might trim those up a little bit so she doesn't look like she's got hair poking into her eyeballs. People who are obsessed with Tinkerbell, please tell me, how did they do? Because I can tell you, because I have my characters, right? Like if you've seen, I did a whole video about Cruella de Vil dolls. I love Cruella de Vil. And I will be honest when Disney does a botched Cruella de Vil doll. Is she a botched Tinkerbell doll? Like, is she like a bad Tinkerbell? I don't have any other Tinkerbell, so I have nothing else to compare her to. But I remember really liking a lot of the limited edition Cruella dolls. So, and I usually do like these, but they're just so expensive. And it's like, when I pay $150 for a doll, I really want something that's gonna like blow my mind. And I'm gonna be honest, she's just not blowing my mind. I've seen a lot of people, even like big Disney doll collectors, like the people who buy like 2 of every one of them on Instagram, I've seen them like altering her and like redoing her skirt and stuff like that. So I'm kind of like, I don't know. If the people who are like diehard Disney fans who buy like 2 or 3 of them, they're getting rid of this, like a lot of people are getting rid of this red petticoat. I think that's what a lot of people don't like. I don't really like it either. I would have liked it more if they had just chosen maybe a different shade of red. Oh, I do like all the embroidery. She also doesn't have painted nails, in case you were wondering. I think that's fair for the character. I don't think Tinkerbell ever had painted nails, but the wings are cool. I think the wings are like they're like the standout of the whole doll. I think the wings are the coolest part, but they just kind of fade to the background because they are just kind of like a clear plastic wing. Maybe when you take her out of the box, the wings pop a little bit more. It doesn't look like they move, just to clarify. So you can't like individually move them. They look like they look exactly like that. They just stay in that place from what I'm seeing here. What? What's wrong? I just don't really like her very much. I'm sorry. If you love this doll, please let me know, because I think she's great. Like, the thing is, I think she's great, but for $150, I don't know. I guess I just kind of want more. I'm still not sure if I'm gonna keep her. Sometimes I'll buy a doll like this and I'll hold on to them for a couple months and just decide, like, do I really want to keep her? If I do, who knows? I might never take her out of the box anyway. I don't ever usually take these out of the box because I just like the way the boxes look. But I don't even like the way her box looks. So maybe I would take her out of the box eventually if I do keep her. But maybe I'll just sell her. I don't know. I'm really torn about her. I was hoping by the time I sat down to film this video, I would have decided, like, I love her or she's awful. But it's like, no, I really just have a lot of mixed feelings. I think she's a really gorgeous doll, but she's not worth $150. The problem with these dolls is you can't see them in person. Like, there aren't like Disney stores around anymore. But if I went into a Disney store and I saw this on the shelf, I don't think I would have paid $150 for it. But because you're buying it online, you don't have that ability to look at it in person and see, like, is it really worth the money? And, you know, and when people say stuff about it on Instagram and YouTube and stuff like that, I'm just like, oh, maybe they're right. But the problem is that I feel like most of the people who buy these dolls are like diehard Disney people, and they will buy like anything Disney does. And like, that's great. Like, cause I do that with Rainbow High. So if you're looking for an unbiased Rainbow High review, I'm not the place to go. I love Rainbow High. I very rarely say anything negative about Rainbow High. So I understand that mentality. For me personally, between the price of Disney dolls and also just the fact that I don't really care about every Disney character, I only have like my select few I care about. A lot of times I just find that these dolls kind of fall a little flat for me, especially at the price point. They're so expensive. I know I keep saying that, but it's like, it is. After like taxes and everything, for me, this doll was over $160. That's a lot of money for one single doll. I don't know, but let me know what you guys think. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just wrong. Maybe my opinions are incorrect. I'm not sure. I'd love to hear what you guys think about this doll. If you do like her, please let me know. If you think she's a waste of money, please let me know. I'm leaning towards she might be a waste of money. Sorry. But it's just for me. If you like her, then great. I'm glad that you like her. I'm glad that you enjoy her. Please continue to enjoy her. Ignore my opinion. But if you're thinking about buying her and you're kind of on the fence like I was, I don't know. I don't know if I would do it. I don't know if I would do it. If I could go back in time, I don't know if I would do that again. But please like, comment, subscribe if you like this kind of content. I do new videos pretty much 5 times a week at this point. So thank you guys so much for hanging out, and bye-bye.